Question number 10, Grant Robertson.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. Does he have confidence in the Honourable Judith Collins? If so, why?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, yes, because over almost 6 years Judith Collins has been a minister. She's made a significant contribution to the government and New Zealand in the portfolios she has held.
Supplementary question, Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, Grant Robertson.
When he and his office provided material to the Cabinet Office to assess whether Judith Collins had a conflict of interest, did that include material from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade about her visit to China?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, there was a variety of different sources that I felt ensured that the Cabinet Office could make a fair ruling, and we provided all that information to them.
Speaker, that was a very specific
point
question.
of order. I'll allow the member to repeat the question.
When he and his office provided material to the Cabinet Office to assess whether Judith Collins had a conflict of interest, did that include material from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade about her visit to China?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, I can't absolutely 100% say yes, but I'm pretty sure the answer is yes, because part of what was discussed with the Cabinet Office was the name of the person, the agency that they worked for, and their seniority, and I assume that came from the MFAT, but I can't be sure.
Supplementary question, Grant Robertson.
Was the Cabinet Office provided with all of the material that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade held about Judith Collins' visit to China, including the change of the program that led to the visit to the Aurovita headquarters?
Order. Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, it was provided with all the information that would have been relevant. The fact that a program changes is of absolutely no relevance whatsoever. But what is interesting, actually, Mr Speaker, is this. What is interesting is this. The paperwork actually shows right through this that not only did the Minister have a very busy program, which the member wants to gloss over, all on judicial and justice issues, but secondly, all the way through it talks about a private dinner. That was at a time where the information was never likely to be in the public domain. And I say this to Perry Mason, it's time to sling your hook, son.
Supplementary question, Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, Grant Robertson.
What did New Zealand Ambassador Carl Worker tell him about that dinner and who attended it when he discussed it with Mr Worker on his visit to China in March 2013?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
He told me it was a private dinner that he didn't attend.
Supplementary question, Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question. Order. I'm just trying to assist. Order. Supplementary question, Grant Robertson.
Would the Prime Minister like to clarify whether that comment he's just made was the only thing New Zealand Ambassador Carl Worker told him about the dinner and who attended the dinner?
Well, Mr Speaker,
right Honourable Prime Minister.
I don't take ambassadors with everything they say, but the broad conversation we had was that it was a private dinner and he didn't attend it.
Why didn't you stick up?
Not very clear, John. Supplementary
question, Grant Robertson.
Does he believe that it is appropriate for Judith Collins' husband, David Wong Tung, to have contacted the New Zealand ambassador to China to lobby for Aurovita's products to be showcased at events in China on his visit in April 2013 using information and contacts Mr Wong Tung gained while accompanying the minister to a trip to China in 2012?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, I refute the last part of the question. In terms of the first part of the question, lots and lots of companies actually contact embassies and say they want to showcase their programs, their products. There's nothing new about that. Aurovita is a genuine New Zealand company that's building an export market in China. If the member doesn't want that, I can actually understand why he doesn't want that, actually. No, let me rephrase that. I understand the member doesn't like economic development because that's exactly what Shane Jones said when he quit.
Order. I do this. I'm trying to assist the member with his point of order. Point of order, Grant Robertson.
Point of order, Mr Speaker. I seek leave of the House to table an email from David Wong Tung to the Ambassador in China, Carl Worker, which includes the statement, quote, I remember, talking about his visit in 2012, I remember vividly your advice when we discussed New Zealand...
Order. Leave is sought to table that particular email.
Mr Speaker, we're not going to oppose the leave, but I would point out that yesterday the House gave the opportunity to Mr Robertson to table some documents. Upon inspection, those documents were not as he described. And I think, Mr Speaker, it would be only reasonable that he require...
Order. No, I don't. I want to... First of all, I'm going to put the leave to table that particular email, then I'll make comment on the point raised by Mr Brownlee. Leave is sought to table that particular email. Is there any objection? There is none. It can be tabled. Now, as to regards to the point raised by Mr Brownlee, if any member seeks leave to table a document and misdescribes it, that is a serious offence, and then there is an appropriate way to address that. Not by raising it as a point of order. The matter needs to be raised rapidly with me as the Speaker. Order. Grant Robertson. That sort of interjection will lead to disorder. Point of order, Grant Robertson.
Mr Speaker, Jerry Brownlee stood up and made an accusation which you have said yourself is a very serious one. It is a complete lie, and he should not say that.
The member's in danger of having to leave the House. That's going to create disorder. I accept the point. The member may disagree with what Mr Brownlee said, but as I pointed out to Mr Brownlee, if Mr Brownlee believes it was misdescribed, there is an appropriate avenue for dealing with it. It's not something that's appropriate to be discussed on the floor of the House. I move to question number... Point of order, the Honourable Anne Tolley.
Mr Speaker, can I just ask you for some clarification? If a document is released under OIA, is it then the practice of this House that those papers can be tabled one at a time? The opportunity was offered yesterday to table them all. Are we now going to expect in this House... I thought the ruling was that anything that was publicly available was not able to be tabled.
No, that's not the ruling. It's a matter that I consider case by case. Order. And at the end of the day, if I'm in doubt as to whether to put the leave, I'll put the leave and let the House decide. So it's ultimately the House that decides, not me, as to when a document gets tabled. My intention with the tabling of documents is when members seek to table a document, I consider whether it informs the current debate before the House. If it's something that is freely available to all members, such as media reports or Scoop or some matter like that, there is little point in even seeking leave. It won't be put. But something like an official, an OIO release, if members want to release it, they think it is something that would be valuable information to the House, I will consider it at times to be appropriate to put the leave, and then it's for the House to decide. Question number 10, the Honourable Tau Hanare.
Thank you, Mr Speaker.
Question number 11. Question number 11.